Our conditions remaining bearish, currently with a neutral trend of 7 and 7 on the 1-day time frame. On S&P 500, we're seeing majority bearish on the internal 1-hour time frame of trend. We've got S&P futures, which are up slightly this morning. Here you can see that price activity working on a bit of a counter trend to this current downturn here. We've got this expanded trend, finding some shorter term support, maybe working its way back up, but still in this overall downtrend, and still seeing that starting to top out. Here we're at least some consolidation. We really haven't done a whole lot now since November across the board, just this sideways price activity. If we take a look at the breadth, 52% and majority bullish as it's been working its way back up, but just holding right there. It's really held right there for quite some time now as well. VIX, we're seeing majority bullish here on the daily time frame, and neutral trend on the 1-hour time frame as it's consolidating back a little bit as the market has been kind of rallying back up again. VIX has been pulling back down a little bit, and that is the scenario with that is you get the opposite. You get volatility where the VIX moving higher when the markets are moving lower. So in this case, it's moving lower as the markets have been rallying back up a little bit. Bonds, short end of the yield curve, SHY, we've been seeing rallying bonds as we've seen economic numbers come out, potentially a bit weaker and risk of recession, and that's going to push bonds higher and interest rates lower, as interest rates would be anticipated to have the Fed lowering interest rates to loosen up things in the economy. They've been tightening to slow the economy down because of inflation, but the risk of doing that for too long is that they break the economy and turn things into a recession, and that's kind of where we're at right now, is seeing where we're at in the recession scenario. Bonds retracing back here a little bit as well to the 2-year time frame. Also, you can see bonds pulling back, majority bearish on the 2-year time frame. TLT also showing some strength here in the shorter term. We're getting majority bullish at 14 and 14. 10-year yield, majority bearish to the downside. So the settings for interest rates are bearish, meaning that when that's what we want to see. We want to see rates come back down, or that's at least what the bond market is anticipating, is that rates are the Fed may have to do something here about potential economic contraction. Dow Jones Industrial Average, neutral trend here as well, majority bearish on the 1-hour time frame. Triple Qs, we're seeing majority bearish also. All three indices looking very similar right here at the top end of this trend. And the Russell 2000 has been the weakest of the group, majority bearish on the daily and the 1-hour time frame as well. Let's jump over and look at USO, which has been pulling back in majority bearish on both of those chart patterns. I tried to find some support at that 50% range, but couldn't quite hold up. It's now at that next level, that to 618 at 73, and looking for some support right here. Gold, which has been in this historic run up, majority bullish on the daily. The 1-hour time frame, you can see it's starting to weaken just a little bit here on that intraday time frame. A big move down the other day, and so we could get a little bit of some softening in gold, and that next range, if it were to retrace, could pull all the way back to 260, 259, and still be in a bull market, and still have potential for a springboard for some more upside. So this wouldn't be abnormal to see a retracement back in gold, particularly where we have been pretty relatively elevated at these levels. SLV, same story right here. A couple of stocks for you to consider. DLO. A nice confirmation move back into momentum, increasing volume, and also we're seeing PRCH, which had a real big move yesterday, and that is also 75% move yesterday on massive earnings surprise, back into momentum. It's had a nice run here, so there's definitely some eyeballs on that, and that earnings surprise definitely looked like it was a surprise. Big volume, back in momentum, and another stock for you to consider today, that's PRCH. That'll do it for today's update. Everyone have a fantastic day today.